Hey guys, welcome back. So I have got my August favorites here for you today. So I'm going to quickly run through my overall favorites with you guys, and then I have other things to share with you. So I have some skincare to chat about, a hair care favorite, a makeup thing, and then of course books. So we've got some good things to chat about. So if you're new here, my name is Leslie. Welcome. I love to do favorites videos, new at the drugstore reviews, empties, get ready with me's. Just a lot of fun stuff here on my channel. So if you're new, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stuck around for a while. I'd love to have you here on my channel. So yeah, we are chatting about August favorites, so let's get to it. Okay, so overall Friday favorites, y'all, I could not narrow down for an eye favorite because I just have like multiple standout favorites that I think are just amazing. So the iconic London Treat Yourself eyeshadow palette that I got in from Ipsy, either in a BoxyCharm or Icon Box, I believe. This is just gorgeous. I love the formula of these shadows. The mattes are so nice and blendable. The metallic shades are just stunning. If you want to see swatches of these things, definitely check out the original Friday favorites where I mention them because I go in more detail. I swatch them for you, all that good stuff. Alter Ego sent me this palette and I have been loving it. The Daylight palette. It is gorgeous. I mean, it is gorgeous for any time of year, but I love it for summer to fall transition or full on into fall. It just, oh my goodness, like this packaging fully reflects the beautiful color story inside. These are just gorgeous. I mean, they just catch the light so beautifully. Ooh, it's so good. I love this palette. I love Alter Ego shadows in general, but this is definitely one of my favorites from them because I just love the color story. It's so, so pretty. And then, oh my goodness, this palette is so stinking cute. The Too Faced Appley in Love palette, adorable packaging. It smells amazing like caramel apples. I love the formula. I love the color story. It just is light catching and gorgeous and just, I don't even know. It's just fun. It's fun, good quality makeup. I love it so much. Okay, for blush, I would say, I didn't have like, you know, like a, oh my goodness, have to mention this. Other than this, and I've mentioned this many times before, so I still love it, and I would say it's still my standout favorite for overall for the month. The IT Cosmetics Glow with Confidence Sun Blush in Sunlit 10. This is such an amazing formula, so unique. It is a really unique formula in that it is so creamy and hydrating. It feels like skincare. It feels like a balm or something on your skin, but it blends so well. It doesn't get patchy. It is pigmented and vibrant. It wears well. It is just this like unicorn kind of a formula that is just amazing. I mean, it really wows me. So I would love if they kept just, you know, expanding on this formula in all different kinds of colors, because I believe there's 5 of these and they're all beautiful. They have that like sun, you know, sun-kissed sort of look to them, but I just love the formula. I'm so impressed with it. And then overall lip favorite, I would say the Milani Color Fetish Hydrating Lip Stain, because I just keep reaching for this because there's different ways you can use this. You can apply it really lightly and then immediately blot it off and get this really nice light stain to the lips. This is in Pink About It. Did I say that? I think, maybe, I don't know. Or you can apply it full on, let it sit there, stain longer, and then blot it off. Or you can leave it on and have that beautiful, glowy, glossy look, and then let it fade over time on its own. It's just like a very versatile, beautiful stain. It smells good. I feel like I always forget to say that, but oh my goodness, it smells so good. Like a cupcake, like cake or something. Just, it's so good. So I would say that's my overall, I keep reaching for it, lip favorite. Okay, a makeup-y thing. I know I've mentioned this in videos, but I can't remember if I mentioned it in a monthly favorite. My little necklace, it always wants to turn around. I don't know if I've mentioned this in a monthly favorites. If I have, I'm mentioning it again because I keep reaching for it. This is the Purito Cica Clearing BB Cream. I got this off of Amazon and it says healthy looking glow, flawless coverage, EO and fragrance free. And I wear it in 21 light beige. This is interesting because when I first put this on my skin, it looks like not the right color. It looks so gray, but when I blend it in, it somehow works. And I would say it is light to medium coverage. It's definitely not full coverage, but it has the most beautiful glow on the skin, but not like a patchy looking glow. And layered with the rest of my makeup, I really like it. I like how this wears on my skin too. I feel like it's almost kind of a little bit balancing to my skin or something, because my forehead has a mind of its own. It really does. With how shiny I get throughout the day, it really is just like, I never know. It just totally is different every day. And I feel like this kind of seems to help sort of balance and keep this kind of, I always set it so I don't have it this glowy, but it's almost like it sets into my skin, and I would say ends up being a little bit closer to a satin finish, but then especially once I set it, like I'm wearing this right now, but I have it set, and then I also have the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores pressed on top of it, so it ends up being, you know, way more matte, but it wears well. I love the beautiful like glow on the skin. Especially on my cheeks. I do have something glowy on my cheeks right now for sure. But even before I apply a glowy blush or a highlighter, I have a glow up on my cheekbones. And it's from this. Like, it just has this beautiful glow on the skin. It's gorgeous. I love it. I like how it applies. I like how it looks on the skin. I like the glow. And I like how it wears. It's just good. And it's pretty affordable, I think, too. Okay, let's talk skincare. So I have to give a shout out to these again, because I feel like these are a huge part of my skincare routine and have been a game changer for my skin. I've mentioned this many times before, so this is not anything new. The Ordinary Argireline Solution says targets the appearance of dynamic facial lines. I love this. Like, I never want to be without it. I use this almost every single night. It's kind of rare if I don't. Pretty much the only nights I don't use it are like, when I'm using a glycolic acid or something like that, that kind of exfoliation night. I'll even use it with my retinols, but exfoliation night, I usually don't use it. But other than that, I'm pretty much using it consistently. And I put it right here, right here, right here, 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 and here, where I'm fighting fine lines, trying to keep those at bay. And I just feel like this does something. Like, it really helps to fight those fine lines, smooths things out. I've heard this referred to as Botox in a bottle. Of course, it's not going to be like a medical, you know, what is it called? Like a medi-spa, sort of a something like that. You know, can't expect that. But I think it's just like a nice smoothing. You can research Argireline and kind of like the science behind how it works or whatever. It's very fascinating. And this is really affordable, like $10. So I love it. I have to give that a shout out again because I use it all the time. I've mentioned this before in a monthly favorites. I am still loving this, and I feel like I have seen changes in my skin consistently since using this. This is the COSRX, the 6-peptide skin booster. It says hyaluronic acid plus NAG plus amino acids, says even skin tone, hydrating, firmness and smooth, pore and sebum care, improves skin texture. I always say this, with skincare, I'm looking for smooth. That is what I'm going for, smooth looking skin, because that kind of addresses, you know, that covers fine lines, that covers texture, that covers uneven skin tone, just all those things. I'm looking for just smooth skin. That's what I'm going for. And I feel like I can see a difference since I've been using this consistently. You can maybe see, I mean, I use this often. Like, I would say half the week. And I mean, I'm not overly stingy with it. I mean, I kind of, what I do actually, because it's very liquidy, is I do this and then I immediately rub. Do this and then immediately rub. So that's a little, I feel like if I put it in my hand, I waste the product. So I put it right on my face. And yeah, so it seems like it lasts quite a long time, and I just love it. I feel like I can see a difference in the texture of my skin and just the overall smoothness. Big fan. Also, I have been loving this. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. This is from Etude House. I love Etude. That's one of my favorite K-beauty brands. I just feel like they make great skincare. They make my favorite SPF. I just really like their products. So this is the Soonjung 2-time barrier intensive cream, and I can't read any more about this, but it's that barrier a dressing type of a product. I feel like that has been a game changer in my skincare as well. More repairing nights, more like peptides and ceramides, hyaluronic acid, just those really repairing type products, specifically ceramides and anything that kind of says barrier repair. I've been really liking those products for a while now. I mean, I would say at least a year, if not longer. And this is a new favorite for sure, for a really nice barrier addressing type of a product. It has really cool, a really cool sort of packaging to it. So you open the top, twist it, and then squeeze, and the product comes up through the top of it like that. I think that's just kind of unique. And then you turn it to close it. And this is nice and hydrating, but it's not overly thick and heavy. It just really sinks into the skin nicely. I feel like if you had kind of normal to dry skin, you might be able to wear this during the day, even possibly. I can't do that. I wear this at nighttime. I use this at nighttime and I just love it. I mean, my skin is like hydrated the next morning. It's affordable. I think there's like a 2-pack for under $20 or around $20 or so. So it's very affordable. Feel like a little bit goes a long way with it. It's just great. Okay, hair care favorite. I'm gonna cover up the name because I don't know how YouTube does with certain words, but this is the Good ASS Hair Day Dry Shampoo. I love this. I first heard about this on TikTok, and y'all probably know I wash my hair every single day. I do not use dry shampoo to try to extend my style or not wash my hair. That is not what I use my dry shampoo for. I prefer to wash my hair every day. I think my hair is healthier when I do that. But I like a dry shampoo every now and then for volume. And even if I've been outside sweating or something and I just need to kind of, you know, refresh my hair a little bit, I'll occasionally use a dry shampoo. And this one, I love it. It's not an aerosol. It is literally just a little pump. So you pump it and then it just has a little poof, like it poofs out. And this smells amazing. I just stuck it on my nose. Smells amazing. It has actual, so it says cornstarch, arrowroot powder, green French clay, sodium bicarbonate, kaolin clay, vanilla essential oil. So it smells like straight up vanilla. If you don't like that, I think they have an unscented version, but I love the scent of this. I mean, I feel like I can really smell it in my hair. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm very particular about perfumes and not as much with hair care, I guess, but like full on perfumes, I'm just really picky about them. This is that beautiful, just nice vanilla scent that I love. I feel like it does a great job of soaking up the oil, giving great kind of texture and volume to the hair. So I find myself reaching for this fairly frequently just for the kind of fluffing and little bit of volume at the roots. So it is great. So if you've heard about this and haven't tried it yet, I really like it. So, I mean, I've had it for a while and I mean, I use it fairly often and it seems like a little bit goes a long way. I really, really like this stuff. Okay, last up, let's talk about books. I have some standout favorite books. I'm so excited. Some really, really good ones. But first off, let's talk about, I did continue reading the Falling for Summer series. So I read One Happy Summer. I didn't love this one. It wasn't bad, but I did find myself kind of skipping through it. I just didn't quite connect with this author's writing style, and that's totally okay. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I think just certain, I don't even know. I don't know if it's how our brains work or what type of learner we are, like are we visual, audio, or whatever, but I just really find there's certain authors that I connect with how they write. And there's other ones that I just really kind of don't. So this one was like it was just okay, but I found myself kind of skipping through it. So wanted to mention that quickly. Okay, so I finished reading the, what is this called? The Legends of Thesmar series. So this is book 4. This is Shadow and Storms. Look how beautiful this book is. I feel like fantasy books just, they always have the most beautiful covers. I mean, so pretty. And all of these have been gorgeous. So I've mentioned this series multiple times on my channel. I really loved the first book. Really did not enjoy the second book because it had way too much spice. It was an annoying level. Kept having to skip. I don't know what happened with that book. But then the third one went back to more like the first one, where there was just, I think, a few scenes in it. Of course, I always say this, I prefer there not to be spice in books or closed door, or if it's in there, maybe like a scene, maybe two, but I can't remember how many were in there. But anyway, it was much better than the second book. It was more a level that it didn't bother me that much. I could just skip them easily. This one was like that also. It was, you know, a couple things in there. Really, these books, what I love about these books is they have great adventure, great found family and friendship, and character arcs, and like overcoming challenges, all just great elements of that to the story. So I love all those parts of the story. It's really just kind of the romance in it and certain like words that are used and phrases and stuff that I'm like, I don't love that. So that's really the part of these books that I don't love is, you know, just kind of the wording. You know what, you probably know what I'm kind of saying. So anyway, overall, would I recommend this series? I don't know. If it were just the first, third, and fourth books, I would say, yeah, if you're okay with kind of, you know, a little bit of spice in there, I would say low to medium spice level and some cussing, then yes. But the second book, that's the one that I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if I could recommend the series because I disliked the second book so much. But the things I loved about it, I still loved. You know what I mean? Like the found family, all the things I said. Anyway, so overall, there is that. I thought it was a good conclusion to the story. A lot of good adventure to it. Just some good like heart connections and things. And what was funny is I was reading it and I had like my music, like the soft kind of, well, it was studying music, but it was kind of like, almost like a soundtrack to an epic fantasy movie. So I told Timothy, I was like, it was perfect music to have in the background because as I'm reading this conclusion, it was so just, the music was going with the dramatic ending to the story and it just worked out perfectly. It had like that epic sort of ending. Okay, I'm looking at my books here. These are all, I loved them. And I really don't know how to kind of rank them. Oh, I don't know because I really liked them all. I'm just going to mention them. I don't even know. I don't know if I could rank them of which ones of these four I liked more. But these were all definitely 5 stars. I would say maybe this one not as much as the other 3, but still a 5-star. Abby Jimenez, Just for the Summer. Oh my goodness, this book has so much heart to it. So this has a really sweet premise, cute premise that these 2 main characters have, I didn't even really tell you the premise of this sort of storyline, but she has this basic storyline of this is she has always wanted to be a warrior. Women are not supposed to bear arms or have weapons or whatever because there's a prophecy that says that bad things are going to happen if that happens, but she's always wanted to be a warrior. So that's kind of the basic premise of the first book. So side note on that. Okay, this one. These 2 main characters, they feel like they have a curse over them that when they date people, those people they have been dating, once they break up, go on to find the loves of their life. And so they think, well, maybe if we date, it can cancel that out and then we can go on to find the loves of our life. So that's the basic premise of this book. It is so sweet. I love Abby Jimenez's writing. I really connect to it. I read through it quickly. She is great at writing heart. She writes about tough topics. Like, that is something to know about her books is that they are not fluffy rom-coms. They are really heartfelt books that really tackle some challenging emotional things, experiences, challenging circumstances, and what do you do with that? What do you do with that in your life? What do you do with that and how it affects a relationship? There's just a lot to her books, and I really, really liked this one. Where it ranks in the other books, I don't know, like Part of Your World or what's the other one called? I can't think of the second book. Truly? I don't know. I don't know which one I would pick. Maybe the second one first and then maybe this one. This has a little bit of cussing. I wouldn't say it's a ton. And like literally a half a page of a spicy scene. Very low spice. So I really, really like her books. And they just have so much heart in them. Okay, then One of you guys recommended this series to me. It's a famous one. It's very well known. The Cruel Prince Trilogy, I think it's called. Is that what the trilogy is called? It says A Novel of Fame. I don't know. But it's by Holly Jack. And I can't remember who said to read this series. So I've read the first one. I really, really like this. So this is a YA fantasy. And I don't even really know how to say the basic premise of it. But well, if you want to read the synopsis, read the synopsis. But I'll tell you kind of the things that I liked about this. I would say that this has quite a bit of fantasy to it. Like, it's probably the most fantastical book that I have read so far, in that as new characters would come in, every time the author would have to describe, you know, what they were, what they looked like, because did they have a curly nose? What kind of creature were they? Did they, you know, have... what kind of feet do they have? And it just all those like descriptors of the different characters, because there's a lot of different creatures and types of characters in this book. So I thought that was really neat. It is a fae romance, but I didn't feel like it went really like dark or like into spells and stuff like that, because I'm not a fan of that. That is not my thing. This is was more like they were creatures with powers, kind of almost like superhero kind of powers. So I did like that. It was easy to read, but still had like an intricate storyline. This one is definitely more fantasy with a romance subplot. I knew that going into it, but I feel like YA does that really well. I think YA does a great job with fantasies and thrillers, in that you can have a lot of plot to it, but then you have other elements. You have family elements, found family, and then you also have romance to it also. So I really like that. I'm liking this a lot. I really enjoyed the first book. It has a great ending to it that makes me excited to continue reading the series. I'm a fan for sure. Okay, then the last book in the Falling for Summer series is Rebel Summer by Cindy Steele. Love this book. Favorite of the series. I figured it would be because I love Cindy Steele. This is, I was looking and I have read, like, she has several that I've read on Kindle. So I think this is my 5th book I've read from her, and I just love her writing. I think she does a great job at writing banter and connection and that flirty connection. She's just so great at that. I love her writing. I think my favorite is still Faking Christmas, which is a fake dating Christmas book. Love that one. That's probably my very favorite of hers, but this one I might say is my second favorite. So, what is the premise? I don't even, I'm not good at talking about premises. Okay, so she's back on the island. She's planning on just being there very temporarily. But then she ends up having to do community service. So she's doing community service at his repair shop. He's kind of like a mechanic on this island for lawnmowers, because they can't have cars on the island. Lawnmowers, golf carts, things like that. And he's kind of a, you know, he's a flirty sort of bad boy, but is he really? Like, what is his heart? It's so good. There's no cussing, there's no spice in this, but still great romance, great tension, great flirting. That is what I love in a romance book. She does that so well. She's definitely one of my top favorite romance authors, for sure. So if you're looking for no cussing, I don't think any of her books have cussing. I can't really remember, but no spice, but just great. You know, that I still want that flirty connection. You know what I mean? Not surface level, like they still are attracted to each other. I still like that in a romance book. She does that so well. So anyway, there's that. Then, oh my goodness, I love this series so much. Reckless by Lauren Roberts. Timothy has read this series now and he flew through it. So he loved it too, which is so fun because we can talk about it. He's been reading a lot lately, which is so fun. This is the UK version, so that it is the paperback, but I don't think they're doing the next book in the paperback, which I'm like, what? Now I won't have them matching, and I don't like that. So anyway, that's why I have the paperback, is because I got it. It's the UK. This is just so good. Again, great flirty banter, no spice, but good tension. Great romance, a little bit of cussing, but it's YA, so it's just, oh, I love her writing style. I love her books. I love this series. I am invested. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. If you like my kind of, if you have my, the same sort of preferences in your reading, I love this series so much. This had a lot of adventure in it. Some people said it was kind of a filler book. Maybe, but I still loved every minute of it. I thought it was great. Okay, those are all my favorites. That was a long video, I think. So, hope that you guys really enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you have been loving. Either makeup, skincare, hair care, randoms, home favorites, fashion, of course, books. I would love to hear your favorites. Let me know that. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.